News with no bias.
News with no exception.
Delivering nothing but the truth.
This is Ferry's Channel 4 Action News, broadcasting live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Good morning, Pittsburgh. It's a sunny day here on Monday, January 21st, 1898. This is Rudy Nichols.
And Justin Foster reporting the latest news to you live. Today in celebration of the hottest and newest invention on the market, which we will reveal later, we are taking a look back on some of the life-changing inventions of the past 25 years.
Also included in this morning's segment will be an interview with the man, the myth, the legend, Thomas Edison. Now back to Justin.
Over a decade and a half, and there's been many fascinating inventions. So we'd like to just take a look back at some of our favorites. Coming in last place, or number 6, is the phonograph. Technology that made music possible. It first came into existence in New Jersey, where Thomas Alva Edison created the first device to record sound and play it back. Edison's invention came about as a spin-off from his ongoing work in telephony and telegraphy. In an effort to facilitate the repeated transmission of a single telegraph message, Edison devised a method for capturing a passage of Morse code as a sequence of indentations on a spill paper. Reasoning that a similar feat could be accomplished for the telephone, Edison devised a system that transferred the vibration of a diaphragm or sound to an embossing point and then mechanically onto an impressionable medium. It was paraffin paper at first, but then tinfoil wrapped cylinder as he refined the concept. Edison and his mechanic John Carusi worked on the invention through the autumn of 1877 and quickly had a working model ready for demonstration.
Next, at number 5 is the creation of vaccines. Louis Pasteur made significant contributions to human health with his germ theory of disease and his vaccines for rabies and anthrax. These vaccines have been used to prevent the deaths of both human and animal populations. 10 years after Pasteur introduced his anthrax vaccination in 1881, more than 3.5 million sheep have been vaccinated with a mortality rate of less than 1%.
Number 4 is the typewriter, the new way of writing your papers. The modern typewriter was created by Christopher L. Scholl in 1873. His Scholl's England typewriter introduced customers to the new designed QWERTY keyboard.
Number 3, the telephone. In 1879, 29-year-old Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for his revolutionary new invention, the telephone. The Scottish-born Bell worked as a teacher at Pemberton Avenue School for the Deaf in Massachusetts. He later married one of his students, Mabel Hubbard. While in Boston, Bell became very interested in the possibility of transmitting speech over wires. Samuel Morse's invention of the telegraph in 1843 had made nearly instantaneous communication possible between two distant points. The drawback of the telegraph, however, was that it still required hand delivery of messages between telegraph stations and recipients, and only one message could be transmitted at a time. Bell wanted to improve on this by creating a harmonic telegraph, a device that combined aspects of the telegraph and record player to allow individuals to speak to each other from a distance. With the help of Thomas Watson, a Boston machine shop employee, Bell developed a prototype. In the first telephone, sound waves caused an electric current to vary in intensity and frequency, causing a thin, soft plate called the diaphragm to vibrate. These vibrations were transferred magnetically to another wire connected to a diaphragm in another distant instrument. When the diaphragm vibrated, the original sound would be replicated in the ear of the receiving instrument. 3 days after filing the patent, the telephone carried its first intelligible message, the famous Mr. Watson, come here. I need you. From Bell to his assistant.
Number 2 is the light bulb. In 1878, Edison focused on, Thomas Edison, the one and only Thomas Edison, that will be reporting here live tonight. Thomas Edison focused on inventing a safe and inexpensive electric light to replace the gas light, a challenge that scientists have been grappling for the past 50 years. With the help of prominent financial backers such as J.P. Morgan and the Vanderbilt family, Edison set up the Edison Electric Light Company and began research and development. He made a breakthrough in October 1879 with a bulb that used a platinum filament, and in 1880, he hit on a carbonized bamboo as a viable alternative for this platinum filament. It provided the key to be a long-lasting and affordable light bulb. Edison's early incandescent lighting systems had their problems, but they were used in such acclaimed events as the Paris Lighting Exhibition in 1881 and the Crystal Palace in London in 1882.
Now, coming in first, our favorite invention of all time, the escalator. The first escalator-like machine appeared in 1859 by Nathan Ames from the state of Michigan, who invented something he called the revolving stairs, enshrined in history as U.S. patent number 25,076, and generally acknowledged as the world's first escalator. However, Ames was unable to put the invention to practical use due to his death in 1860, so the thing was in fact never actually built. Now, the earliest working type of escalator was patented in 1892 by Jesse Reno and was actually introduced to America in 1896 as a theme park ride at Coney Island in New York.
Alright, well guys, we're going to have to take a brief commercial break.
Welcome back. Now, if you haven't heard yet, we have the one and only Thomas Edison here with us today. Well, Thomas, I'd like to start off by just saying it's a pleasure having you here with us today. And how are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me on the show.
Okay, now I'd like to ask about your inventions. So how many have you actually created?
Over my career, I've had a lot of ideas, and I think I have about 1,903 patents.
Wow, now that's quite an accomplishment. But not all of these could have worked out, right?
Well, Rudy, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that don't work.
That's a great way of looking at it, Edison. Now, my last question for you today is that you are currently working on something new. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about it?
I don't want to give the surprise away, so all I'll say is that it will be some sort of strange battery.
Alright, well there you have it, folks. That's all, and thank you, Mr. Edison. Now time for another commercial break. When we return, Justin will be revealing the hottest new invention out there.
I am here with inventor LaMarcus Adna Thompson for the moment you've all been waiting for. As you can see, Thompson is hard at work preparing for his big day tomorrow. Now, Mr. Thompson, would you like to tell everyone what will be occurring at Coney Island tomorrow?
Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to be showing America its very first roller coaster, which will be a whopping 40 feet tall, 3,000 feet long, and will travel 35 miles per hour. And lastly, it will go by the name of the Scenic Railway. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Well, that's all we have, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Fairies Channel for Action News. Until next time, I'm Justin Foster.
And I'm LaMarcus Adna.
He's LaMarcus Adna Thompson.
LaMarcus Adna Thompson.
And we're out. Oh my god. I'm not